Okay, sabi ni Jerry Lozada, kinukuyog na si Tulfo sa Facebook page niya. Let's also post in our own pages. Ipahayag natin. Alam niyo kung bakit importante yung pagpo-post natin? Kasi yung mga senador and even the congressmen and many of our officials, and take this from me, they have the equivalent of a monitoring system or means to monitor yung temperature, kumbaga, ng feedback from the public. They have crawlers all over the internet to see kung ano ang opinion na pinapahayag ngayon. Kaya nga naging mahalaga para sa mga nasa administrasyon na magkaroon ng mga troll farms para makaapekto sila doon sa opinion nating mga ng mga netizens. So, remember, hindi lang po basta salita ang posting. It influences people. It helps move along. It helps in the discussion of national interest issues. So, wag po tayong titigil na magsalita at magpahayag ng ating saloobin tungkol dito. Pwede bang sa labas ang BRC hearing? Pwede po. Sabi ni Yao, may magagawa ba daw ang military AFP, PNP? Hiwalayin po natin ang military AFP at saka PNP. Civilian ng PNP, ang nature nila, ang military at ang AFP, of course, or military and AFP. Ayon sa saligang batas, the AFP is the protector of the people and the state. So hiwalay yung people at saka ang state. Meaning, may mga times when the state, as represented by its government, the people need to be protected from its own government. So that is when the military is supposed to be protecting the people. Ngayon, wala pong mekanismo na nilagay sa saligang batas at wala ring mekanismo na isinabatas. So ano yung presumption dyan? It's the military who will determine kung kailan sila magpoprotekta sa taong bayan at kung kailan nila i-decide na kailangan natin yung kung sila mag-set ng standards dun sa pangangailangan na yon. When is it needed? So unfortunately, for our AFP, hanggang ngayon, hindi pa nila nakikita na kailangan tayong protektahan. Sabi ni Junior the Pound King, kapag may call, kayo ba ay joining to show that you're able-bodied o magdadahilan lang kayo? Pwede pa bang mabali o malift ang adjournment? Adjourned na po si Nidia kasi nakaset na po yun. Yun nga yung ginagawa nila, di ba? Sana nag-silent ang Senado, mini-maintain yung majority o yung tablahan na 12 to 11-11, pero kino-force ng minority na sila na daw ang majority. There is no opportunity to contest that. So ang mangyayari nga, ang trophy ngayon o yung football ngayon na pinag-aagawan will be the BRC. Now alam ko lahat tayo po naghahanap ng clarity. Pero that is precisely the situation. It is unclear. Para sa akin, kapag hindi maliwanag, yung presumption is status quo ante, meaning before this event. So, but this is only my opinion, ha? You will have to decide for yourself how you see this. So, yun. Pero yung lifting ng adjournment, hindi po yan nagagawa. At least I have not seen it happen before. Pwedeng mag-set ng committee hearings during the recess. Pwede yun. Okay, yung mga katanungan na what will happen next? What will happen when they come back? What will happen during the adjournment? What will happen at the BRC tomorrow? Lahat yan, hindi natin alam. Ay, yan ang maliwanag na maliwanag ngayon. Hindi natin alam because it is not clear, at least to me. Ewan ko kung sa inyo. Pero para sa akin, hindi maliwanag base nga ng ginawa ng minority ngayong araw na ito. Although, for me, kung ibabase natin doon sa saligang batas at doon sa rules ng Senado, and even considering the Avellino case, ang Senate President is still Alan Peter Cayetano, and the positions in the Senate cannot have been declared vacant. So, kung naniniwala kayo dyan, mag-post lang tayo ng mag-post. We recognize the Senate presidency of Alan Peter Cayetano or APC. I don't think it is that we characterize it as an obsolete precedent, but actually an inappropriate one because the facts are not the same. So, dun sa Avellino versus Cuenco. Kahit sino ang umupo sa SP basta buksan ang flood control, sabi ni Manuel Albao. Sabi ni Rain, attorney, post ni Auntie Claire, kinilala na ng palasyo ang takeover sa Senado kanina. Unfortunately, the executive has nothing to do with this. Diba? Oh, sige, kilalanin nila, they can conduct business. There will be what we call a presumption. But if the Supreme Court overturns the decisions made today and the proceedings made today, bali, wala. Okay, so ngayon, how do we be consistent din sa pag-communicate natin? Unang-una, majority pa rin dapat ang tingin natin kina Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano. Kasi hindi valid ang proceedings ngayon. That's if tingin niyo hindi valid ang proceedings ngayon. So you will still have to call Senator Cayetano Senate President Cayetano. So consistency dapat. Sabi ni Jumelski, guys, take this case seriously. Kung ginawa nila yan sa majority at SP, I'm pretty sure ganyan yung gagawin nila sa botohan sa impeachment makonvict ng si VP Sara. We need to go to the Senate, stand up. Oh, not just that. Namimiligro din ang charter change. Diba? Namimiligro tayo sa charter change. Sabi ni Mel, kung hindi valid, is Senator Cheese counted as part of the majority? Anong sabi niya yesterday? Sabi ni Senator Cheese, hindi ako majority, hindi ako minority, doon lang ako sa tama. Meaning, kumampi siya kay na Senator Alan at the time, because it was tama for him, he attended, he didn't say he became part of the minority, but that he attended today's Senate session para to constitute a quorum of 12. So, the remaining question is, yung sacrifice kuno ni Senator Cheese, was it worth it? Kung ma-overturn din naman ng Korte Suprema later on yon. Also, will the Supreme Court take cognizance of the case? We will have to wait until it is filed to find out. Sabi ni Edgar Pantaleon, the time we stop is the only time that we lose hope. And the only time we lose the fight is if we stop fighting. We must continue this fight, fellow countrymen. Hindi po. Okay? Pag adjournment sine die, ibig sabihin, recess sila. Pero pwedeng mag-committee hearings kahit during the recess. Di ba si Senator Erwin Tulfo ay nanawagan na Monday daw ang BRC. Pero yung kalendaryo ng presumed how do you call this? Ng presumed majority, for tomorrow na ang start. 22 minutes ago, mayroong, teka, dito natin, ilagay natin dito. Lagay natin sa screen, ha? From ABS-CBN, Senator Alan Peter Cayetano issues a memorandum to all Senate officials and personnel that the June 4 hearing of the Blue Ribbon Committee will push through despite statements from the new majority that the hearing is rescheduled. So, yung memorandum, well, consistent naman, in-announce naman po niya yan kanina. Okay, for the last time, for the absolutely last time, absolutist. The Supreme Court can only act when a case has been filed. So will the Supreme Court act immediately to resolve the issue? Your guess is as good as mine. But right now, there is no case filed yet. So the Supreme Court will not issue anything if no case is filed before them. They cannot act before a case. They cannot, they cannot intervene. Okay? The Supreme Court is someplace you go to. It's a tribunal that you go to. You serve, you file your case, and they will decide. They will not say na, uy, Senate, bawal yan. No. And that's why it is important you file your case and the court will make a determination based on the issues that you raised. Kung hindi mo nga naisama sa petition mo, hindi, and the court will not take jurisdiction over your case. So, please, people of the Philippines, dito, it seems that many people still do not appreciate the powers of the three branches of government. Right? Walang pakialaman pag galing sa Supreme Court, ikaw ang pupunta. When anyone file a case then, no. Okay? It must be there must be a law or the law has been violated. A person has a right, and that right has been violated, right? And there is somebody to hold accountable for that. Or there is grave abuse of discretion. A person or a body has made a decision with grave abuse of discretion. And that grave abuse of discretion has affected the rights of another person. So yung person whose rights have been affected, sila lang po ang pwedeng mag-file. And the right must be clear and direct. Okay? Oh, sorry, yung clear right sa TRO yon, but the right must be provable and that you have been damaged or you have been damaged by that grave abuse of discretion. That's actually a good point, and that's what we were saying earlier on. A majority of, if Senator Tulfo says they could not elect a Senate president because you need 13, how could they have conducted business with only 12? Kasi nga, it has to be majority of members of the Senate regardless of whether they can be present or not. I don't know. Maybe or maybe it is for lack of a better term. Ako, hindi ko recognize yan. Kailangan, in order to have conducted the vote legally, there would have to be a quorum. Bakit kaya hindi ginawang 25 ang senador noon? I think that it was based originally in the 1935 Constitution. If I remember my constitutional history, na it was originally based on region, number of regions. Tapos, nag-iba-iba na. I'm a law student at ngayon di pasukan political law review ang isa sa subject namin. Ang tanong ko po is, nagko-constitute po ba ng vacancy po? Hindi po. Hindi po siya considered vacant. Member pa rin siya ng Senado. He has not been disqualified. Okay. Para dun sa we will probably end this in a little while kasi paulit-ulit na yung mga tanong. So ulitin natin for the last time. Number 1, in order to conduct business according to the Constitution, according to the Constitution, you need 13 because it is majority of the members of the Senate. So, if you look at the rules of the Senate, it also says the same thing. In order to elect officials of the Senate or officers of the Senate, it has to be majority of the members of the Senate. The vote must be majority of the members of the Senate. Now, ang ginagamit ng people who took over is the Avellino versus Cuenco case. All right, let me just check what I was studying kanina. Nasaan na yung aking notes na wala? Wala. Well, let's see. Ito na. Okay. Okay. For the election of officials or officers of the Senate, it has to be majority vote of all its members. To constitute a quorum in order to conduct business, it must be majority of the members of the Senate. So that's 24 for both instances. Now, for passing of ordinary bills, resolutions, administrative motions, provided a legal quorum is active, you need only a simple majority of members present to pass them. So 12 or 13 senators can legally establish a quorum to open a session, but they cannot bypass the absolute 13 vote requirement to seat permanent leadership positions. So yung pro tempore position na in-occupy ni Senator Win Gatchalian is clearly not based on any of the rules of the Senate or the Constitution. Okay. Next, can the matter be taken to the Supreme Court? Yes. Normally, yes. But it has to be taken by people whose rights are affected. So it may be limited to the senators themselves. Next. Ano pa ba yung next? Can committee hearing be conducted during the recess? Yes. Nag-adjourn sine die ang Senate today. Can a plenary session be called? A special session can be called in certain instances when bills are absolutely needed. Time is of the essence to pass certain bills, and it's usually through the recommendation of the president. So the president has to ask for it. Ano pa ba yung mga paulit-ulit na katanungan? What about the OSA? Will they be compelled to abide by the directives of the Speaker pro tempore presumptive na si Senator Win Gatchalian? Well, for the moment, the OSA can presume the legality of the events today, they can presume the legality. However, if later on the Supreme Court says that the events today are unconstitutional and has no effect whatsoever, then the decisions all the way down, including orders or decisions to comply with certain orders, can be reversed. Which authority will Senate employees recognize? Actually, the Senate employees do have the personality to file with the Supreme Court to determine sino ba talaga. Okay, as to the Avellino versus Cuenco case. Dali, hanapin ko na naman yung notes ko, wala ko na naman. Ano ba yun? Nag-adjourn siya. So, in the Avellino case, Senate President Jose Avellino abruptly adjourned the Senate session in the morning and walked out, kasama niya yung mga loyalists niya. Ilan ang natira? The Senate at the time was 23. One senator was in the United States and was sick. 12 senators remained. Sabi ni, the provision in the 1935 Constitution, I am presuming, is the same as the current provision. So, kailangan majority of the members of the Senate. So, Senate President Avellino challenged the continuation of the Senate by the 12 senators who voted to replace Senator Avellino as Senate President. The Supreme Court said, okay, first, wala silang jurisdiction. Second, assuming they had jurisdiction, the 12 could constitute a quorum because the one member who was in the United States could not possibly be subjected to the coercive power of the Senate. In other words, pwedeng maging quorum yun, hindi siya magiging quorum kung may capacity yung remaining people, then the 12 remaining senators, to order the arrest of one other senator and to constitute a quorum. So dito, sa Avellino case, hindi sila they could not possibly do that because the senator was in the United States and was sick. So in this case, according to Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano, several things. Number one, the Avellino case does not apply because in that case, in the morning, there was a Senate session and they continued on. The remaining senators stayed behind and declared a continuation of the session. In the case at present, the Senate session was already adjourned on Monday. So masyadong matagal for the remaining 12 senators to declare a continuation of the session. So yun yung sinasabi niya. Second, he cannot be replaced because his replacement based on the a new Senate president can be replaced based on the rules of the Senate only in instances where, let's show the rule here. Oops. Sorry, it takes me a long time to get these things. Yeah. In the event the president pro tempore can take over only temporarily when the president is absent for 1 or more days. When the Senate president is temporarily incapacitated, or in the event of resignation, removal, death, or absolute incapacity of the president. Now, Section 5 says, in the cases specified here in A, B, and C, Section 4, the president pro tempore shall serve as acting president until the Senate shall have elected a new president. So Senator Win Gatchalian cannot be declared the acting president because the current Senate president is still alive and is not incapacitated. And he has not resigned. So, ito yung sinasabi. Sabi ni Uncommon, this is not a matter of interpretation but simple arithmetic. 13 is the quorum, end of story. Actually, yes, we can dig in with that. So, ang sinasabi kasi nga ng grupo ni Senator Win is that naka-quorum sila ng 12 because out of 22. So, also, well, hindi po natanggal tanggal si Senator Lauren, hindi pa po natin alam yan kasi that will depend on whether or not Senator Win Gatchalian occupies the position of Senate Speaker pro tempore, President pro tempore. Okay, so paulit-ulit yung sa sa Avellino. Pero sinagot po yan ni Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano. Nakakahiya maging Pilipino, sabi ni Mark Glenn. Huwag niyo namang idamay ang buong Pilipinas. Nakakahiya yung leaders natin. Huwag po yung Pilipinas. Hindi man tayo nakakahiya. Dahil nakakahiya lang tayo kung kasangkot tayo sa mga ganyan. Pero dito, yung liderato ang nakakahiya sa ginagawa nila. Kaliwat kanan ng nakawan, ngayon, massive pa yung cover-up. Sabi ni Ma'am Gracia, iyakin talaga mga sagot na minority. Uy, paulit-ulit yung Avellino. Bakit ba? So, para doon sa mga nagtatanong, diniscuss po natin yan early in this live. Also, you can take a look at yung live kanina ni Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano. Diniscuss po niya yung Avellino case doon. Ito ang nagpapanggap na DDS. Meron pang lilipat 2 senador galing Duterte Block. Mababawasan pa bukas, abangan. So, parang hindi ka naman, bakit gumagamit ka ng fist, hindi ka naman, hindi ka naman DDS? So, I'm not sure if a case is going to be filed before the Supreme Court. We will have to see what happens tomorrow. Sabi ni John Luis, is it safe to say that the Senate remains in impasse if ever po kasi lahat apektado budget confirmation, including AFP generals? Yes. I think it's still safe to say that because it is very, how do you call this, magulo. Pero pansinin nyo like I said earlier on, pansinin nyo yung galawan ng bad media, ng mainstream. Pansinin niyo para sa kanila done deal na. Okay na tanggap nila kahit in spite of the constitutional provisions on establishing a quorum, in spite of the Senate rules with regard to the elections of its officials. Hi, Miss Ola, hindi ko alam paano kita gagawing moderator. Ano ba yung dapat kong i-click dito para maging moderator ka? Kailangan ko yatang puntahan yung live doon sa I can't do it right now, ma'am. Sino yung gusto ninyong ipasipa? Banggitin niyo na lang yung pangalan para matanggal na natin. Okay, for those applying to be moderators, naman, I can't do it right now. So, iintayin natin. Dion, can you tell Ahmed to go online and see if, he can declare. Ako makain pa, okay. Sige, babasahin na lang ni Attorney Ahmed later on yung mga names ninyo for those who are applying to be moderators. Let's say nila, pwede ba sa ibang venue? Yes. Wala naman pong, From what I understand, the priority, of course, is on the Senate grounds. But if it is not possible to do it there, it can be done elsewhere. I know that it has been done before when the Senate sometimes conducts inquiries in the regions. Dasal na lang po ba option sa Pilipinas? Actually, dasal naman talaga ang unang-una. Kung kayo po ay nananampalataya, then dasal talaga muna. Ngayon, like I said, may mga options, of course, yung mga senador, pero meron din po tayong options. Kayo ba ay tutulong kung may malawakang panawagan para sa kilos protesta? Pupunta po ba kayo kung sakaling hindi papasukin sina Senator Marcoleta et al. Sa Senate grounds? Pupunta po ba kayo sa prayer vigil sa labas ng Senado? So, hindi lang po dasal, meron din tayong capacity. Kayo po ba, ipapahayag po ba ninyo ang iyong saloobin tungkol dito? Ipaalam nyo ba sa administrasyon na hindi katanggap-tanggap sa atin yung mga ganitong klaseng pangyayari? Kasi hindi pwedeng umaasa lang tayo sa ibang tao na ipaglaban tayo. Kailangan nilalaban din natin yung ating karapatan. Anong value niyan sa atin kung hindi tayo kasama? Diba? Hindi naman pwede na tinutulak lang natin ng ibang tao na, o sige, tapos, sige, andito kami sa likod nyo. Pero safe na safe kayo. Tinutulak natin yung ibang tao na ipaglaban tayo. Pinagagawa natin sa ibang tao yung hindi tayo willing gawin. Sabihin niyo sa akin kung ano pa ang options na available. Kasi ang sinasabi niyo sa akin, parang wala kayong intensyon na tumulong. Diba? Tulong-tulong na. Nandun na tayo sa exciting part. Meron akong opinion on this one, but take note that this is an opinion. Sabi, kung meron di ka nais mangyari bukas, for sure people power will likely happen. Grabe ng sakim at gani. Para sa akin, okay pa ba sa inyo ito? Bakit may iniintay pa kayo na kung sakaling may mangyari na ganito, kung may mangyari pa na ganito, kung may mangyari pa, there's always, ang nakikita ko dun sa ibang mga tao na unwilling, naghahanap sila ng event that's in the future. It's already happening now. Harap-harapan nilang ginagawa ito sa atin. Gusto nilang i-control yung Blue Ribbon Committee at yung findings nito. Magtuturo sila ng ibang tao because they want certain people out of the way para maging ganap ang kanilang ambisyon na tuloy-tuloy ang kanilang hawak sa kapangyarihan. So, it's us. At some point, we have to take responsibility also in part for what is happening. Ano yung sinabi? Si Rizal ba yung nagsabi? There are no tyrants where there are no slaves. Now, you can thank the senators who have fought for us, not the senators, congressmen, the vice president, Mayor Baste, all of these people, former President Rodrigo Duterte, people who are associated with him, people who are now facing cases, you can thank them, but thanking them is no longer enough. Because the reason they can file cases and go after people like VP Inday is because ilan lang sila. They can get picked off one by one. Tayo madami tayo. That is why mass actions are very effective because they cannot sue everybody. So we should not point to some event in an amorphous future, an uncertain event somewhere, somehow, sometime in the future for us to be galvanized into action. May mga nagsasabi, pag may nangyari kay PRD, ganito mangyayari. Really, you want to wait for that? Ano sa akin, decide. This is the time for us to think about it. How much do you want this? How much is your freedom worth? Because believe me, if they can do this, then they can just, decide who is going to win in the next elections. They will find a way to bypass the numbers. They will find a way. Because we keep saying, sometime in the future, magkaka-people power. Why are you delaying it? Hindi pa ba enough ito? Are you not, feeling the oppression already? So, but that's my opinion. And it's only an opinion. You don't have to believe it. Pero yun ang feeling ko. I attend every single rally if I am in the country or in the area, like Metro Manila. I can't attend a rally in Davao, diba, if I'm here. But can we not say that anymore na pag ganito nangyari, people power, hindi pa ba, I think it's time for us to think hard if this is still acceptable to us. Ngayon, kung kaya pa ninyong tiisin, we lose the right to criticize. Kasi kaya natin Kaya nating tiisin. We're allowing it to happen. Hintayin natin yung susunod na eleksyon. Meron pa namang eleksyon, hopefully. Pero how do we know that? Kasi di ba yung isa na ilang gustong ibigay as rewards para dun sa sa mga pakuntsaba nila in the legislature ay extension ng kanilang terms. So tingin niyo magkakaroon pa ng ito. If we keep letting them run roughshod over our rights, do you think there will still be elections in 2028? So this is something for us all to think about. And to accept, to own our participation in this. It is not just the senators. It's not just the people who have stood up already. If you have not stood up, then you have not participated in reclaiming your own freedom. Nagre-rely ka sa ibang tao. So, remember this is the point where in the future, you will point to this moment, this period, when the Senate went dark and then suddenly erupted into confusion. Maybe it began during the siege of the Senate. Maybe it began the moment they decided to impeach VP Inday. But there has been turning point after turning point after turning point where we were called upon to think, kaya pa ba natin ito? Because if not, then I think that you should all join. We should all join. We should all be there tomorrow. If the Senate refuses entry to the Blue Ribbon Committee that has not yet legally been removed, then there will be a prayer vigil. Can't you join me? If you can join, then para sa akin, please join. And think about how you, baka years from now, pag naagaw na natin uli ang ating kalayaan, pag natanggal na natin uli yung opresyon, at tanungin kayo ng apo nyo, anong ginawa nyo? Sana may kwento, di ba? So what we are calling for is for everybody to stand up and be counted in saying no to this. Okay? Saying no to this kind of oppression. We want to know. We trust the Blue Ribbon Committee under Senator Tia. We trust the subcommittee under Senator Marcoleta. We do not trust the former minority or the minority to constitute itself into a Blue Ribbon Committee that will be believable to us. So remember ha, kung sila yung majority, may papasa nila yung Chacha. So yun lang, something to think about. You don't have to decide right away. You can decide that this is not yet the turning point for you. You can decide that you can still take this. But for those of you who think that this is, enough is enough, kung sakasakali bukas, hindi papasukin sina Senator Marcoleta, kailangan na natin magsama-sama para manalangin para sa ating kinabukasan. Okay, so maraming salamat sa lahat ng nandito ngayong araw na ito. Maraming salamat sa lahat na tuloy-tuloy na sumusuporta sa Luminous at tuloy-tuloy sa inyong pagmamahal sa ating bayan. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng tumutulong sa atin. Sa lahat ng nagsasalita, nagpapahayag. Kahit sa simpleng bagay na pagla-like at share, nakakatulong na rin po. Huwag po ninyong ipalipasin itong pagkakataon na panindigan ang ating bayan. Ipaglaban ang ating karapatan. Ipaglaban natin yung karapatan natin na hindi tayo ninanakawan, di ba? Karapatan natin na maningil sa administrasyon ng serbisyo para sa ating ordinaryong mamamayan. So maraming salamat. Kung sakasakali, kita-kita tayo bukas. Bantayan niyo po yung mga posts ng ilan sa mga like sa PDP, sa posts ni na Senator Marcoleta, sa posts ni na Senator Alan Peter Cayetano, and so on, kung ano ang magiging calendar of activities, if any, tomorrow. Aabangan ko yung mga posts din ninyo sa social media ninyo. Hi, Miss Ana. Sabi ng Eagle Eye, doon na sila matulog ngayon. Huwag na sila lumabas para tuloy na ang viewing. Actually, that is a good idea, no? Yan ay kung nasa loob sila. Alam ko si Senator Alan, nandun yata kanina. Nandun ba siya? So, yun. Maraming salamat. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay.